For number 4, we have a complex fractions. There are typically 2 methods to do these questions, but I will just show you one of them, and let's do it really well. So notice that we have this fraction right here, and then we have a second fraction here, and then we have the third little fraction here. And altogether, we have a big fraction. So technically, we have 4 fractions in this question. This is why it's called a complex fractions. You have a small fractions inside of a big fraction. So the key to do this is that we are going to pay attention to the denominators of the little fractions, namely the y squared, y, and the y squared. And the lowest common denominator for those 3 things was y to the second power. We pretty much just choose the highest power, right? The y squared, this is y to the first, and this is y squared. It's pretty much just the higher power. All right, and I also suggest you guys to do the following. So our step is to multiply everything by the LCD. But before that, let me copy down the question again as follows. So on the top, I have 1 minus. So the way I'm going to do it is I write down 1, but leave some space, and then write down minus the 4 over y squared. All right? And then over, I copy down 1, leave some space, and then minus 1 over y, leave some space, minus 6 over y squared. And the reason I left the spaces for this fraction here is because, as I said, I'm going to multiply everything by y squared. So literally, I'm just going to say I have 1 times y squared here, times y squared here. You see, we are multiplying everything by the LCD. So let me just do that. All right, and now we're going to work out each part, every part carefully. So for the first part, 1 times y squared, this is just y squared. And we have here minus 4 over y squared times y squared. And the y squared will cancel each other out. So this is gone, that's gone. We will just get y squared minus 4 on the top, just like that. Over 1 times y squared is y squared, and minus 1 over y times y squared, one of the y cancels out. Or you can just do exponent 2 minus exponent 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, but usually I can just cross this out and change this to a 1 if you would like. So I will have minus y to the first power right here. And then minus 6 over y squared times y squared. Once again, the y squared will cancel each other out. And we just have minus 6 right here. After you multiply the LCD, you shouldn't get any more complex fractions. You just have the big fractions, no more small fractions. Now we are going to try to factor whatever we can on the top and on the bottom. On the top, y squared minus 4, that's a difference of 2 squared, and we can factor that out as y minus 2 times y plus 2. Over, on the denominator, I can factor this out as, let's see, I need to have y and y together in order to get y squared, and to get negative 6, I can use negative 3 and positive 2. And notice that negative 3 plus 2 is equal to negative 1. So the bottom will be factored as y minus 3 times y plus 2, like that. And here comes the best part. Look for the parentheses that's in common. Exactly the same. We have the y plus 2 and the y plus 2. Only the common parentheses, the common factors on top and on the bottom can be cancelled out. So our answer will be y minus 2 on the top over y minus 3 on the bottom. Alright, so we can only cancel out parentheses, and just make sure that you do the each steps correctly. Okay, don't cancel all the things that you don't mean to. Like right here, I cannot cancel out the y squared and the y squared right away. Right, so make sure you don't do that. Make sure you factor it out first, cancel the parentheses, cancel the factors. So that's it, y minus 2 on the top over y minus 3 on the bottom.